A Visit to London for Thomas the Tank Engine, based on the railway series by Reverend W. Awdry. This is a story about how Thomas the Tank Engine helped the Fat Controller have a very special day in London. Thomas the Tank Engine and Henry, Gordon and Edward were all shiny and polished. Their drivers wanted them to look their best. The Fat Controller was going to choose one of them to do a very special job. The Fat Controller inspected each engine. Finally, he announced, "Thomas, I choose you to take me and Lady Hat to London to meet the Queen. We must get to Big Ben at 4 o'clock for the start of her birthday celebrations." None of the engines were sure who Big Ben was, but Thomas shivered with excitement. He would be meeting the Queen and going to London, the biggest city in the land. The next morning, Thomas was coupled to Annie, who carried the Fat Controller and Lady Hat. They chugged off to Brendam Docks, where Cranky was waiting to put them on the ferry to the mainland. "That ferry's late again," said Cranky crossly. "You'll have to hurry if you want to arrive in London on time." On the mainland, Thomas puffed through the countryside and passed a big train going the other way. "Beep, beep," called Thomas. "Whee!" The train whistled back. Mustn't be late, Thomas puffed. "It's already 2 o'clock. Hurry, hurry, hurry," he panted as at last roofs and chimneys came into sight. "Good work, Thomas," said his driver. "We've arrived in Greenwich. That building is the Royal Observatory. They have a telescope there that can see all the way to the stars." "Can it see as far as Sodor?" Thomas asked. "Much further," laughed his driver. At the River Thames, Thomas was told that they would be finishing the journey by boat. Thomas saw a big sailing ship. "Is that the boat?" he wondered. "No," said the driver, smiling. "That is a very old ship called the Cutty Sark. It used to bring tea all the way from China." Thomas had never heard about so many faraway places in just one day. All at once, there was a merry toot toot. "I'm Dilly," said a friendly barge. "I'll take you into London and show you some sights along the way." "It's 3 o'clock, Thomas said nervously. "We mustn't be late for the Queen and Big Ben." "I'll have you there quicker than you can say Piccadilly Circus," Dilly promised. With Thomas and Annie safely aboard, Dilly set off. A big bridge loomed up in front of them. To Thomas's amazement, it opened up to let them through. "This is Tower Bridge," Dilly told him. "And there is the Tower of London. It's almost 1,000 years old." "That's the Shard," said Dilly. "It's the tallest building in England. The dome is St. Paul's Cathedral, Dilly said. It was built after the Great Fire of London, more than 300 years ago. That big wheel is the London Eye, Dilly went on. From the top, you can see all over London. These are the Houses of Parliament, Dilly explained. This is where laws are made, and there is the Elizabeth Tower, with its huge bell, Big Ben. Suddenly, there was a loud bong, 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 bong. 4 o'clock, said Dilly. We're right on time. So that's Big Ben, laughed Thomas, looking up at the big clock. As Dilly pulled up at Westminster, the royal party came out onto the terrace. The Queen thanked the Fat Controller for running such a fine railway. I couldn't do it without Thomas and my other really useful engines, replied the Fat Controller. Thomas beamed from buffer to buffer. That evening, as Thomas, Annie, and Dilly rested on the Thames, brilliant fireworks lit up the sky. Crackle, whoosh, boom. Thomas couldn't wait to tell his friends on Sodor about Big Ben, meeting the Queen, and everything he'd seen in the biggest city in the land.